Hey, welcome in. Culver's postgame show. Culver's welcome to Delicious, along with Jim Dunaway. I'm Ryan Brown. LT will be joining us potentially at some point. Fight, I don't think, has started yet. Ole Miss about to hold on in College Station in spite of Lane Kiffin going for fourth downs, faking punts on his own 15, doing a little bit of everything, throwing the ball outside with trying to run the clock there on third down. A lot going on in that game, Dunaway, but ultimately Ole Miss is going to get the win before their bye week before Alabama, 31-28, and another loss for Jimbo.
Jimbo's going to be 3-5 now, and they've got some losable games down the stretch. I want to watch this live exchange at the middle of the field because these two guys do not like each other.
Oh, the old handshake here?
The old handshake here. I want to see what it's like. Jimbo.
Yeah, it was kind of cold.
Yeah, it was
kind of cold.
By Lane's standards. I mean, Lane's usually a pretty personable guy in the middle of the field. That was very cold. So 3-5, and the very girthy Jimbo Fisher. He's put on a few pounds this year.
You know, Jimbo is eating well there in College Station, I believe.
Yeah. So he's on his way. We'll get Karma, the meaning behind Karma, the favorite Taylor Swift song of the new album, and we'll get comments about DJ Durkin. We'll get comments about them buying the recruiting class and poor old Mississippi. You know, we did what we could with our players, but I tell you what, he has got a great player and a great recruit in Junkins, the kid from Pike Road.
He can play. Play.
Keyshawn can really get after it there. So he's really, really good, and he's not afraid of contact. So really a nice pickup for Lane there, and a good win now. So they're 8-1 bye week, and in Alabama they've owned the Egg Bowl. So pretty good back-to-back seasons for Lane Kiffin at the SIP.
Yeah, he's got a chance. I mean, he's got a legit shot at back-to-back 10-2s, even maybe a 9-3. But if you follow a 10-2 with a 9-3, that puts you about where Hugh Freeze was, and Hugh Freeze was beloved until it all started to fall apart for him. So I think Kiffin's in pretty good shape there. It is the Culver's postgame. Culver's welcome to Delicious. Two great locations, 119 and Tattersall Park, just off Highway 280 is the new one. The one that's still new, but it was the original one in the Birmingham area, Stadium Trace over there in Hoover, near the Hoover Met. They got more coming. Culver's welcome to Delicious, from the butter burgers to the chicken fingers. My kid loves the fries and all the great desserts there at Culver's. Also, thank you to Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com. That is drinknextround.com. You can buy things in our store, nextround.store. Don't forget the new fall collection, also the golf card. Those are going fast, so make sure you get those. Nextround.store. 5 rounds of golf and card for $99, $271 value. You can see it all at nextround.store. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you share this and subscribe, and also make sure you set alerts so you know when we're live for things like this that are outside our normal 9 to 1. Retweet us if you're on Twitter. Give us a thumbs up there as well. Share us on Facebook and like us there, and like us on Twitch. You want to rewind early, Auburn? What do you like?
Well, I mean, just Lane with Cole right there in the middle of the field is really good, and you guys are reacting. Paul says Lane just said 390 rushing yards playing against all those 5 stars is pretty good, and he said maybe Jimbo can give me a Joker outfit. He said that in that interview right there. That's that according to Lunsford there. I had it turned down. I would tell you this, Brownie. It's if he, I don't know the whole story behind the Joker outfit unless he was saying that Jimbo looked like the penguin from the movies waddling out there.
That one would have been funnier, by the way. That would have been funnier, no doubt. That's really, really good. I have to go back and catch that. I flipped immediately to North Carolina beating down Pitt. This is a good offensive team, this North Carolina team, 42-24. I don't think Pitt's very good.
Yeah,
but boy, Drake May is something else, man. So
he really is, and that's a big. If you play daily fantasies, you always look for a good buy, and today May was a good buy. I mean, compared to some of the quarterbacks that were playing
what'd you get
today.
Him for?
I really cannot remember now, but
he was not the most expensive quarterback.
He was not the most expensive quarterback in the nighttime session there, so it was a pretty good get, and he puts up big numbers. Junkins has been good for Ole Miss grab, and A-Chain is winning it for Little T in the night session, our social media director. So there's always some really good people you can count on week in and week out. And May's become one of those guys. And you mentioned it a few weeks back, and if you're paying attention, North Carolina still has some championship hopes alive in the ACC. That's a pretty big win for them today, where when we were doing the pregame show, a lot of people were sort of pointing to that game as a possible upset.
Yeah, 42. What are you talking about? Pitt, North Carolina? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Pitt, North Carolina was one that a lot of people were pointing to earlier, that maybe Pitt was laying in the weeds waiting on North Carolina, and this one it didn't end up being that way.
Our buddy is watching it. He says, Brownie, it wasn't much of a beatdown until the last little bit in the fourth, so a little bit closer. I was watching the score. He's right about that. But 42-24 now. Let's rewind earlier in the day. Auburn, Arkansas. It's where we all started our day Dunaway. And unfortunately for Auburn fans, it's kind of going about like the rest of the season. That was a pretty poor performance by Auburn all around, and Arkansas walks away with a fairly easy win at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
That's exactly right. I don't even know the positives you bring out of this, and we'll get to the whole Harsin thing moving forward. But you had a chance there in the second quarter. I guess at halftime you were still in the game, and there were some moments where you looked like you were fighting hard and hanging in there. But the second half just belonged all to Arkansas. You struggled to do a lot of things consistently on offense. You gave up some big plays on defense. The roster's just not good, and you can blame it on Gus, you can blame it on Harsin, you can blame it on whatever, but every day when you suit up on Saturdays, your roster is your roster, and they just have some good players here and there, but they don't have any depth. They don't have 22 really good players. So I mean, I agree with everybody. They've got to make the change just so that they can get whatever this cloud is over them out of their system, reset, get everybody on the same page, and start a rebuild. And the longer you wait, the more you're going to fall behind in recruiting in the roster. So it's time probably to pull the Band-Aid off and start trying to turn the page and moving forward. And I guess we got an early sign on that, Brown, day when they started to talk about a new AD.
Yeah, John Cohen appears to be the guy out of Mississippi State. There are some conflicting reports as to whether or not it's done already, but it looks like John Cohen is going to be the guy out of Mississippi State. So we'll see how that pans out. He's been there for a little bit, and you get varying opinions. I talked to a lot of people today, and I've gotten some varying opinions on John Cohen. So that appears to either be done or very close to being done. I will go back though. You said hard to find positives.
Brown, did I lose you there for a little bit, man?
You may have. You got me back now?
Yeah, I do. Was it on your end or on my end?
I really have no idea. You mentioned that trying to find a positive from the game. That's where I was going to go with this. Robbie Ashford probably had his best game as an Auburn quarterback. Now, Arkansas's pass defense isn't fantastic, but 24 of 33, 285 and a touchdown, rushed for another 87 yards. So he had 370 all-purpose yards. That's probably the best day he's had.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was the best day he had, but some of those are just scramble plays, just you doing you, right? You're just okay, none of this is working, so I'm just going to be the athlete, and I'm going to go get a 34-yard run here or a 19-yard run here. I don't think that is I don't that is the way you win football game long term. You got to be able to distribute the football. You got to have receivers that make plays. You got to have running backs that can make plays. I don't think you can be a one-man show just being out there and doing it on scramble plays every week. So yeah, he does have great athleticism, but with what he's doing on the offensive side of the football, that's not the way you can win football games, I don't think.
I don't think so. So 41-27 Arkansas wins it. You're right, Dunaway. It's a matter of when, not if. With Brian Harsin, we'll have to see, and we'll have to see if the hiring of John Cohen changes that. Do you think it does? Do you think that's what the deal was? That they were just waiting to get an AD in place?
Well, yeah, but I don't know what the timeline will be.
Yeah.
There are people who are like, "It's going to happen tonight. It's going to happen tomorrow," and you noticed it, and I'll let you talk about it. You noticed the changing flavor, if you will, of all the um, tone, if you will, of the post game Auburn reporters, and that's something I'd love to hear what you talk. You've been following that a lot
Yeah.
closer than I have today. Tell me more about what all the people who cover Auburn on a daily basis are saying about Brian Harsin now, because it seems like it even turned a little further left today.
Well, I know the late great Cecil Hurt. When you saw Cecil write the column that it's time to move on, you and I and a lot of people always assume Cecil had been told, "Hey, we're moving on," right? That
Right.
Cecil, not that Cecil needed to be told what to write, but Cecil was thorough and he was going to wait until he knew that it was imminent before he wrote anything, right? He
Yeah.
wasn't just
See,
gonna.
yeah. Cecil wasn't going to fire the coach before he was fired. Right.
Yeah, Cecil knew what he was doing. So I think when you see a longtime guy like Philip Marshall today, right? Hey, it's time to move on. You see Justin Hoganson. You see a lot of people that have been down there for a long time following Auburn write that today. That shows you that they're probably being told behind the scenes this is imminent. So we'll see. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing really that's keeping Brian Harsin there. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible product. It has run its course. There's obviously no future there, and they're right now just waiting to get ducks in the row. I
Yeah, and
think that's pretty obvious.
let's talk about that a little bit, because you guys are reacting in the chat room over here, and I just don't. I back when this happened in the spring, it's been everyone's just assumed it's going to happen sooner rather than later anyway. So I guess you asked the question, as bad of a look as it was back in the spring, would Auburn have been smarter just to go ahead and take the bad look and go ahead and do it, because it hasn't looked good all year with it hanging out there, because you've just every broadcast you've talked about it again and again,
Yeah,
what happened to him in the spring. The recruiting is, I mean, considering it's fairly good, considering his hands are tied behind his back. He's continued to work hard for the school, but you just wonder now in hindsight if it would have been better to go ahead and take the beating in the media and go ahead and made the change that you're eventually going to make anyway back in the spring.
yeah. Clay says Hugh Freeze's contract extension through 2035 a year means he's probably off the market. No, the reports were the buyout's still very low in that. That it's not. It's a great contract for him at Liberty, but it's not a contract that's going to keep schools from coming and stealing him from Liberty.
Yeah.
Those are the reports. You'll have to wait for the Freedom of Information for the contract to actually come out. But as of right now, the reports are that the buyout isn't something that's going to keep away an Auburn or a Nebraska or anybody that's got a job opening.
And I guess the reports on him, or the buzz behind the scenes, is there was a time when the SEC office would have frowned on an SEC school hiring him, specifically when Ole Miss was still dealing with some of the sanctions. Maybe that has now been lifted. Whatever the double secret probation was, or the wink and a nod that goes on behind the scenes. But you wonder if there are any SEC schools still with some hesitation about hiring him. There's no doubt the guy can coach.
Yeah.
And Andy Staples made a point this week in The Athletic that maybe Hugh Freeze would be better off like taking an OC job at Texas A&M and solving that broken offensive system for Jimbo for 1 year, and then taking a head coaching job. Maybe he would get a better job. Auburn's a really good football job if he really is in the mix for that. I just don't know if Cohen, if he is the AD, has that kind of track record to bring in a Hugh Freeze. And I'm not just talking about the Mississippi State Ole Miss ties there. Because Cohen's I think I'm right about this. I think Cohen played baseball at Mississippi State. I think he, was the baseball coach there and then ascended to being the AD there at different points in his life. He's actually from Tuscaloosa. He's a Tuscaloosa Academy graduate. So he's got ties in Tuscaloosa and there at Mississippi State. So it's a unique hire for Auburn as AD. That if he ends up being the AD, and I just wonder if he, with his personal beliefs if Hugh Freeze is going to be his first hire.
All right. I see Lance there. You want to check in Club LT, see what's going on there?
Would love to. I know some of the stuff that's going on. They're getting ready for our LT surprise on for Halloween, our Halloween show on Monday. So I think our social media director Taylor's over there getting costumes ready.
That's very interesting. There he is now. LT, what's happening? How are you?
Hey, so I had our social media director. She wanted to talk to you guys, but she had to leave. So she kind of hung out for a minute in her Bo Jackson jersey and she took off.
She torn up about Auburn's performance as she has been all season.
I can't believe how invested she is. And I told her she's got, her nephew Lincoln, and she had him in an Auburn jersey today, and the kids just won. And I was like, you don't need to torture him. Let him pull for another team because this is it's not a good situation.
I mean, my word.
Oh, there's happy birthday, Sally. Sal Pal.
Thank you.
My goodness.
Hey,
I heard Auburn had to.
Hey, by the way, can I not say? We've got one of our biggest listeners, contributors in our chat room that I met today, and he's actually here tonight.
Okay.
Let's guess. We'll go Brown, you guess, and then I'll take a guess on our biggest contributor in the chat room.
In the YouTube chat room?
Yeah. So Riley Moody, I met him today, but I think I met him before. He lives in his parents' basement, by the way. Is that Riley Stevens? Okay.
Well,
sorry, Riley Moody.
Only because a tree fell in his house.
Yeah, a tree fell in his house. But
he's not the one there. Okay. Take a guess, Brand. You got one? I'm trying to think who pops up a lot over there.
I don't even know where to start.
Oh, this guy.
Dunaway.
Well, I'm gonna say usually you have a lot of women down there, so I'm gonna say you've got a Cox there tonight, Jay Cox.
I'm running Studio 54. Like some random girl has a captain's hat on.
Dunaway.
Quite the crew.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, you can talk.
The last time
I think you've already started, Sally.
When I was there at the studio and you pointed to the screen,
right?
There was someone that was talking, chatting.
So a lot of people.
Lance, you did not meet me. I'm in Florida.
Carrie.
Clay says we need Jeff or Meniston to make an appearance at Lance's house. That would be something.
That would be good. I cannot remember, Sally. Who was it?
It was Carrie.
Carrie Bowden, right?
Boom.
Yeah. All right.
Wow,
Carrie.
look at Dunaway. Carrie Bowden, former Auburn head coach.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you, Carrie?
So far, so good.
So, Carrie, when you woke up this morning, any idea you'd watch Jake Paul with me tonight?
No, not a fucking chance.
Are we still doing that?
Not a chance.
Hey,
how far are we? How far are we away from the fight?
This is the last undercard.
Oh, okay. I'm about to make them hold you accountable. Listen.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said some random girl showed up in the couch.
All right, it's the Culver's postgame show. Welcome to Delicious Culver's, 119 Tattersall Park. Also, right out there at Stadium Trace and Hoover, just off 459. Culver's Welcome to Delicious. Butterburgers, chicken fingers, much more there at Culver's. Great for all your tailgating. And also Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com. That is drinknextround.com. There for Next Round Cocktails. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you've subscribed and set alerts. If you're watching us on Twitter, please retweet it and give us a thumbs up there. Share us on Facebook. And also like us there and on Twitch. All right, I guess we're going to talk to Sally. What do you got there, Sally?
Hey, we got better looking. Sally, what did you think of today in football?
Oh, Dunaway, you're so sweet.
You're an Auburn fan.
I have a major announcement that the last time me and the roommate watched a fight with Lance, he told us that if so-and-so won, he would give us a massage gift card.
Oh, gift card. Thank God.
Gift card. Gift card.
Yeah.
Yes, that changed.
A
That
gift
changed
card.
very quickly. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very
Oh,
Deshaun
yeah.
Watson for a second. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, for a minute, it was super creepy. Yeah.
A massage by Dunaway. No, he said
got
a
a
gift
whole-
card.
I've got a whole packet of
And
those.
we did win, and he did not pull through.
All right.
Didn't
So
give it
Brett
to
is asking, by the way, who is Sally? I mean, I guess we should point this out. Most people don't
Oh,
know who
yeah.
you are, Sally. You're just a good friend of Lance's.
Yeah,
She's a
sorry.
good-
Are
she's
we
a good
at
friend.
that point?
A good friend of ours too. I mean, she's
Good
Nurse
friend of
Sally.
everyone.
Yeah, Nurse
Yep.
Sally. Dirty Deaf says he's interested in watching a live massage
Yeah.
happen. Yeah.
What is boring?
That was a sign that was made earlier. We got people over here, Brown, making Dunaway's costume for Monday, believe it or not.
I can't wait. Dunaway, do you know?
Maggie's out with book club, drinking wine after wine after wine, and I've got girls over here. It's like hobbits or elves making his costume.
It's like you're running a
It is.
Nike operation.
Yep. All right. So beyond what's going on in your basement, LT, do you have any observations of college football Saturday?
Yeah, I will tell you, I thought Ole Miss, that was a big win on the road. I will tell you, I think Texas A&M's found a quarterback. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Can
do.
you tilt down a little bit so we can see your mouth, if you don't mind?
What's that?
Can you tilt down a little bit so we can see your mouth? It's like
Oh,
you're,
yeah, sorry.
there you go. Thank you. So yeah, I told that to Dunaway. Why Wegman wasn't playing more? I mean, that they didn't win the game, obviously, but he looks better than anything else they've been playing.
Not even close. I mean, there was a semblance of offense, and I thought A-Chain played extremely well, and I thought really what let them down was the defense tonight.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I agree with you. The defense let them down, and Ole Miss looked good. And I like what Wegman did. It gives him at least a place to grow. He's a freshman. He's somebody that can you can build around and move forward. Stewart, the other super freshman there. You got that great recruiting class. I would absolutely at 3 and 5 go young the rest of the way and let those guys so they don't transfer. Let them play their butts off to the end.
And I'll tell you guys this. So I gave out 11 plays today. Kansas State -1.5 was one of my plays. But I have no idea. Will Howard played really well, and he played well last week. And, when he went out and Rubley took over, he turned the ball over. But I can't believe – how does a top 10 team lose by 40-plus points and get shut out?
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen a top 10 team lose that bad.
It's an AP record. I saw that on the ticker. I think 48-0 is the largest shutout of a top 10 team by a lower seeded team. I think I saw that earlier.
I don't know that I've.
Hey, so the Big 12, you guys would agree. Big 12, I got no idea what's going on in the Big 12. I mean, TCU, the backdoor cover, and Dunaway, I saw you tweeted this out. If I would have given out, and I didn't because it's an 11 o'clock game, but if I had West Virginia plus 7.5 to lose like that on basically a Hail Mary on a 4th down with 20 seconds left, unacceptable.
Yeah, that's but what are you blaming that on Sonny? Do you think he knew the line, or do you think that was just a play that was there because of the offsides and that's just what you practice? You got a free play, so you run around.
I think they just took a shot. I'm not saying that he really thought they were going to score in that situation. I'm just saying if you had West Virginia played their asses off as well as they could play. I mean, TCU's a better team, better athletes, personnel 1 through 44 better. But West Virginia played pretty well today. I mean, JT Daniels missed some throws, but they were, right there. And if you've got a plus 7.5 to lose like that's frustrating.
No, 100%. I had them in the office pool, and exactly. I had West Virginia in the points, and that was a bad beat. If you missed it, LT, because it seems loud there, I want your reaction to this. Cole Kublik of the SEC Network at midfield interviewing Lane asked him, "What are you dressing up as for Halloween right after the win?" And this is the quote: "I don't know. Maybe Jimbo has a Joker outfit for me." What's your reaction to that?
Oh, wow. again, I thought Lane, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I thought he was maturing a little bit, but he's really been immature about the whole A&M thing the last few months. And, you just beat them. You're in a better situation. You're even mentioned for that job. Why would you take shots at him? I just let it go. I don't know how you guys feel. Just seems a little petty on Lane's end.
Well, I don't think it's who Lane is. I mean, I think he's just being who he is, isn't he?
Yeah, but I thought he had grown up a little bit. Did you guys not think that?
There was a time this year, I 100% agree with you, that I thought that he had matured a little bit and wasn't going to get into these sparring matches. But you have to admit that that it is more entertaining when he's saying stuff like this, because his post game here, when we start seeing that trickle in, it's going to be fantastic. He's going to say some amazing stuff in this one and the one to start next week. So if you're looking for Lane Kiffin to not take the opportunity after a win to take a shot at Jimbo, Texas A&M, after them taking DJ Durkin from them and everything he said about recruiting, then you're going to be disappointed. He's going to take some shots here.
Yeah, I agree with you. Real quick before you go, LT, and watch the fight, Tennessee, what'd you think about the Vols? They head into Georgia. What do you make of that game? Not what you thought about them against Kentucky. They destroyed Kentucky. What do you think about going into
well, here's my biggest observation. I think you guys would agree with this. Tennessee's pass defense is awful. Will Levis was terrible tonight. And people that continue to say this guy is a first-round projection, I don't get it. Hendon Hooker on the other side is an elite college quarterback. We'll see how it translates to the NFL. Jalen Hyatt is open every play. And it's not even – it's like 10 yards of separation. Tennessee's legitimate. I mean – I don't think there's any other way to put it. I think their defense probably pulls a little confidence playing against a bad offense tonight like Kentucky. But next weekend's going to be fascinating to see who wins that game.
What's the point spread, do you think?
I would set that right now at Georgia 9. I don't think you can put a double digit. Tennessee's offense is too good.
Yeah, I mean, that's with the way I saw Georgia play today for that third quarter, Georgia shows up. That'll be an interesting football game next week. Could be trouble for Georgia if they play like they did in the third quarter today against Florida. LT, people are asking if they were with us on the morning show. We made 4 state bets, and I'm right. We split that, right? Two for me, 2 for you.
We did split it. Yeah, your boy Gus was able to come back and actually pull that win against Cincinnati. So yeah, we split.
So I won with Gus and UCF outright. I had Arkansas giving points, and then you easily won. I had Oklahoma State and not enough points, so that you didn't give me 49.5. And then what was the fourth one? Nebraska. Nebraska not close. Illinois played really well, I thought, in that game, because I thought Nebraska played spirited today too. So we split on the 4 state bets.
Hey, before I get out, do you guys want a song or not?
Not really.
I'm always here for a song. If you got one prepared,
Brown.
Not particularly.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
No, I do not want one. I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brown said no. Brown voted no.
About you, Brown.
The song's run its course to me.
Brown's hosting, so anybody over there that wanted to see one, it's his fault because we had it prepared.
Oh yeah, with costumes and everything.
Yeah, we had costumes. We had flair. We had glow sticks.
Yeah, we got flair, like Office Space flair.
Oh, yeah. Is the singing anybody? The problem is nobody ever knows the words. And it's just,
wait, hold on. The singing what?
No.
Nobody ever knows the words. It's just drunk people making a fool of themselves.
That's not true.
Hey.
Oh, it's 100% true. It's what it is every week.
Dunaway,
I've already voted. I've casted my vote.
did you hear what I said? I said the blue hat looks good.
The blue hat looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Available at nextround.store, or if you ask LT, we can get you one.
Hey, Dunaway, show Sally your shirt. Who wears that better, The Rock or Dunaway?
Ooh. I think Dunaway.
I have better pecs.
Definitely Dunaway.
Can we get one verse? Is that okay, Brown? One verse.
I'm sure it'll be great. Go ahead.
Brown's out.
Caroline, you ready?
I don't have songs up here.
Oh, is it Caroline again?
Caroline's in full costume tonight. She came like prepared.
Well, Brown can be out. Brown, can you log out? Is that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's get to it. If we're getting it, let's go. Here we
Okay,
go.
we're getting to it. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm a 10 tonight.
What is my
By the way, Pittsburgh fell apart. I really like Pittsburgh tonight against North Carolina. Drake May is legitimate.
You had 11 plays.
it's
All of
like
are all of them
important.
done so far?
Yeah, I think I ended up going 8-3. It's good. It's a great day.
It's worth it.
That's a good
Great
day.
day.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the way, you had Louisville. Wake Forest turned it over like
worth
15
it.
times.
Hey, I told Caroline,
gosh.
I'm going to go on and say this in front of everybody, that she looks like a stripper, but like the stripper
That
that,
she looks so pretty.
no, the stripper you would get on the jet with and be like, I give this a thumbs up. Okay.
No,
That's all I'll say.
man,
No,
she looks like-
she looks like a thumbs up stripper. Here we go. What are we doing, by the way?
We're not singing a song. This is what they did for voting me out.
Turn
No.
around.
We're missing out on this.
No, just sing.
Just tell us.
I'm not singing a song.
What are we supposed to do?
No, just look them in the eyes and tell them this is what they're missing.
This is what you're missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I do like the flash.
I know.
Of course. Dunaway, look, she's got open toe too, I think, don't you? You have open toe?
Hold on. Look at that.
Wait, don't.
Yeah.
Let me see your foot.
Yeah, those size aren't too long for
My fears are
Yeah.
not
Of course she's got open toes at the end of the rainbow.
Well played.
Yeah.
Dunaway, but
You missed out. You missed
Good
out.
night, boys.
Okay, sadly, I have hammered Jake Paul minus the 220 tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it's fixed. So
Not-
you've got it. You've got it. I'm sure it's an easy win.
Not the only thing that's hammered in your basement. Don't worry.
All right. See you guys. So long.
Y'all enjoy. Bye.
Fight on there. So you have.
Yeah, fight on.
So you have the you have that Jake Paul fight, which I don't understand. He's not a real boxer, and he's fighting a
How
non-real
little I
boxer.
care about it. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
tell you how little I care. There are not words to say how little I care about it.
Yeah, but it seems like he earlier said, it was at the morning show or back on our show live this week, that he said, I'm going to get suckered in to buying that Jake Paul fight. And I said, who's going to suck you into it? And he goes, oh, I will. I'll sucker myself into it.
I'll suck myself into it. Yeah.
Which I always loved, that he could sucker himself into it. And he was right. He suckered himself into buying it. It worked out good. So Jake Paul fight about to start there. So let's run through this quickly so we can get everybody on their way tonight. We're brought to you by our friends at Culver's, obviously wonderful folks there. And of course, next round cocktails.
Welcome to Delicious
Yeah.
Highway 119 and 280 and Tattersall Park there. Stadium Trace and Hoover 459 and next round cocktails. Right there behind you. What do they got? They got that rosé sangria and the salt and lime margarita. Is that right?
Yep, and also you hit it, the margarita and the sangria there. So two different flavors. Wherever you buy your cocktails, look for this next round live.
DrinkNextRound.com. DrinkNextRound.com is the website for that. DrinkNextRound.com. They're killing my internet. Is my internet that bad tonight?
It has been really bad, which has made this really, really choppy. I don't know if it was mine or yours, but hearing you and me, we're not connecting very well. We're talking over each other a lot, so it has been very choppy.
Yep, very choppy. All right, well, then it was a fun day of college football, and we'll talk about it all Monday at 9 o'clock. Monday at 9 o'clock. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys Monday at 9 o'clock. Thanks for watching.